So you will have seen the news about the club over the last 24 hours, really. Kind of a backstory, really. There was a pitch invasion a few years back in Coventry, and I did a video for one of these at the stadium, and I said I didn't agree with it. I've said before I went too far with that video, and I don't really agree with the things I said at the time. I agree with the sentiment, but I didn't say it the right way. So before you start going, oh, he's a hypocrite, he's this, he's that, I've paid my dues for that. I still get ridiculed for it, which is fine. It's kind of like my legacy, if you want. It's one of those. Yeah, but with what is going on at the club, and the desperate state that we're in now, you kind of gone beyond the kind of the reasoning, the peaceful protest, the kind of the kind of what we've been doing, really. And those guys that said Before We Die have been fantastic. They're all volunteers, by the way, and I know I was part Star, and I never had to deal with this sort of stuff. I kind of felt like it was coming, which is one of the reasons why I left Star, for not reasons to do with the club, but mainly the way that Star was being run at the time. But we're at a crossroads now, really, and I was speaking to my dad today about tomorrow and going, and he said, well, it could be one of the last games we go to. And I was like, wow, okay. And him sort of saying that, and just the situation that we're in is kind of desperate, really. And I guess my viewpoint now is that there are some great people that work at the club. There's people that I respect a lot. There's people that I don't respect. There's people that have killed this club and are killing this club slowly. And a lot of people have suffered. They have suffered, and they're continuing to suffer. Not just the fans, but a lot of people need Reading Football Club to pay their mortgages, as we know. And now we're at a state where this, in my opinion, could kind of cease to exist. If we get, as I said earlier, if we get 3 this season, we've done well. We've done really, really well. And if someone can pick us up between now and the summer, great. That's really good news for us. Forget the footballing side of it. So now, we're faced with a decision tomorrow, really. And I'm not going to sit here and say, well, people should do this and do that. I've been down that road and it got me nowhere. But what I will say is that for anyone who's in doubt of the severity of where we are and the kind of the situation that we find ourselves in now, just kind of take a moment to think about it. Think about what your Saturdays are like. Think about what your Tuesdays are like. Think about those away days with, your friends and family. Think about the people that you've met through this football club. Think about the period of time that you've supported this football club, and then think about what it's like when that's not there. What does that look like to you? I started taking my son, 3 years ago. He's been coming to every game, pretty much every home game, been to a few away games and stuff. I sit with my dad, sit with my mates, and so we're faced with a possibility that might not be able to happen moving forward. And I think ultimately that's pretty scary, right? That's a serious state of affairs. And, we've got players leaving. I don't blame them, by the way. I would be, if it was my son, I'd be going, get out. I love this football club, but ultimately this is not for you. You've got a career to look after. Same with the manager. I can never be Sellers in for a number of reasons, but I respect the job he's doing. I personally don't think he'll be there much longer. Same with Mark Bowen. I think they'll walk, and I don't blame them for that either. But ultimately, we're the people that are going to be left. And if we've got something to look forward to next season, regardless of what league we're in, great. As long as it says Reading Football Club on the tin, I will be supporting them. I'll go to as many games as I can. I'm sure you guys will as well. So just think about what life looks like without Reading Football Club. Think about all the things that it's given you. Mine's receding hairline and grey beard, but it's one of those. And I get the strength of feeling. I understand that. I can see that. And really, it's about thinking about tomorrow. What does that look like for us as a fan base? What can we do to support each other? What can we do to support the team? But ultimately, what can we do to make sure that we've got a football club there tomorrow? Look after yourselves. Take care, and see you tomorrow.